Doesn't get it over the half-court mark in time. He's called for a rare 10-second violation in controversial fashion. So now under 5 seconds left to go, still tied. Allen Iverson for the win. Can't get it to go. Theo Ratliff misses the putback, but Larry Hughes at the buzzer. And Philadelphia wins in stunning fashion, 92-90 for our world sport player.
Hinten wurde abgeräumt, vorne wurde eingeschenkt. Portland mit Fast Break und Pippen mit insgesamt 11 Punkten für die Trailblazers. Für die Bulls gab es Saison-Minusrekord mit 63 Zählern. Endergebnis: Portland gewinnt in Chicago 88-63. Allen Iverson von den Philadelphia 76ers wird nicht nur die Antwort genannt, er hatte auch die passende Antwort gegen Milwaukee. Iverson machte 45 Zähler gegen die Bucks. Es war ein enges Spiel bis zum Schluss. Ex-76er Tim Thomas zum Ausgleich nach regulärer Spielzeit. Trotz seiner Erkältung war Iverson der überragende Mann auch in der Verlängerung. Philly führte mit 3, die letzte Chance der Gäste. 124-120 nach Verlängerung für die 76ers. Mighty Mouse Damon Stoudemire zu Gast bei seinem ehemaligen Arbeitgeber, den Toronto Raptors. Mighty Mouse machte 22 Punkte und verteilte 5 Assists. Durchgang Nummer 1 war eng. Toronto auf Höhenflug mit Tracy McGrady, 18 Zähler für den Cousin von Vince Carter. Schlussphase erster Halbzeit. Portland 2 hinten und plötzlich 1 Punkt vorne. Scottie Pippen. Toronto ging in den Sturzflug im zweiten Durchgang und Portland hob ab. Sieg Nummer 6 für die Trailblazers, 114-90 der Auswärtserfolg. Die Rückkehr des Tom Gugliotta. Nach seinem Schlaganfall und 2 Wochen Pause gab es für den Forward der Phoenix Suns das Comeback gegen die Charlotte Hornets. Mit wenig Höhen, aber vielen Tiefen. Ein Assist der besonderen Art folgt jetzt. Doch der Retter der Gastgeber hieß Robinson. Er machte 30 Punkte für die Suns. Phoenix besiegte Charlotte mit 86-80. 2 Monate Pause und dann ein sensationeller Auftritt. Toni Kukoc machte nach 8 Wochen voller Rückenschmerzen 18 Punkte und war damit Topscorer der Chicago Bulls gegen die Washington Wizards. Es gab wenig Punkte, schwache Quoten auf beiden Seiten. Einer der wenigen Treffer, Tracy Murray für 3. Es gab den dritten Sieg für Chicago, 77-66 für die Bulls. Tim Duncan und seine San Antonio Spurs empfingen die Seattle Supersonics. Der MVP der letzten Finals war mal wieder nicht zu stoppen. 24 Punkte und 12 Rebounds für Duncan. Nach der Auswärtspleite in Minnesota wollten die Spurs Wiedergutmachung vor heimischem Publikum. Die Twin Towers und Avery Johnson waren gut, der Rest nicht existent. Seattle kam ins Laufen, Brent Barry und Gary Payton mit Schnellangriff. Die komplette Startformation von Seattle punktete zweistellig, Topscorer Gary Payton. Seattle gewann in San Antonio 99-96. Trotz aller Siege bleibt er skeptisch. Phil Jackson, Chefcoach der LA Lakers. Im Lokalderby gegen die Clippers hatte er allen Grund dazu. Troy Hudson über Robert Horry für 2. Respekt ja, aber keine Angst bei den Underdogs zu erkennen. Der Rookie der Clippers, Lamar Odom, legt noch 2 drauf. Die Überraschung kam immer näher. Doch dann der große Auftritt des großen Mannes, Shaquille O'Neal. 40 Punkte und 19 Rebounds für Shaq. 118-101 der Sieg.
The Timberwolves got thumped by the Lakers. They got whacked by Phoenix. And what is it with these guys named Jason? Jason Kidd with a nice fake behind the back. Yeah, eat your heart out, Jason Williams. Second quarter, the Suns really won it in this quarter. They just pull away on the run, having fun. That was Rodney Rogers with a layup, and then Kidd with the steal. Gets it ahead to Sean, the Matrix, Marion for the baby windmill slam. The Suns outscoring the Timberwolves 32-14 in the second quarter. They went on to win it 101-85 over Minnesota, whose Garnett was held to just 10 points.
Returned from the first time since 1997, and it returned with a bang. Plenty of high-flying acrobatics took place in California on Saturday. The competition was dominated by Toronto Raptors phenom Vince Carter. The second-year man out of North Carolina attained 2 perfect scores as he beat out Steve Francis and Tracy McGrady in the final. Time since '97. First-round action, Tracy McGrady of Toronto with a big jam. Houston rookie Steve Francis skies high for this throwdown. But it was all about Vince Carter. Check this one out. A raunchous rim rattler, a perfect score of 50 as Shaquille O'Neal looks on. Carter's second dunk just as good. From behind the basket with a big windmill, and Kevin Garnett is impressed. Teammate McGrady also dazzled. Off the bounce and flushes it through. But the dunk of the night came right here. Carter catches the ball off the bounce, takes it through his legs and slams it down with authority. Another 50 for him. The Raptor star would dominate the final round as well. Big jam here as he puts his forearm in the basket, showing exactly how high he can jump. Now he would finish with a huge two-handed jam from around the free throw line. Michael Jordan would indeed have been proud. Vince Carter is the first slam dunk champion of the millennium. And the slam dunk competition might have taken place on Saturday, but we have plenty more rim rattlers to offer you from the All-Star Game. World Sport starts now.
Shaq and Vince Carter hanging out and getting ready to go. Carter, the slam dunk champion the day before, and here's showing why. This is an amazing 360 dunk, and Michael Jordan says, man, I'm not sure if I even did that. Carter then showing his versatility, going to Allen Iverson behind the back for a little circa shot of his own. But there was some good fundamentals actually in this game, or maybe not. The alley-oop from Jason Kidd, Shaquille O'Neal. Kidd with 14 assists in this game. Things get a little sloppy later. Grant Hill's alley-oop is to nobody, and Shaq is all alone for the 360. And then Kidd went to work. We mentioned 14 assists. This was just a lob fest off the backboard to Tim Duncan, who had 24 points in the game. And more Kidd activity. The high-arching lob to Kobe. 15 for Kobe as the West won this one, 137-126. Shaq and Tim Duncan named the game's most valuable player. Great stuff. And
po 24, a dla wschodu Iverson 26. Shaquille O'Neal wykonał aż 20 wsadów, w dobrej zabawie publiczności otrzymał wspólnie z Timem Duncanem nagrodę MVP, czyli dla najlepszego gracza meczu. Podczas All-Star Weekend tradycyjnie sprawdzono także koszykarskie umiejętności. Konkurs wsadów wygrał Vince Carter, a rzutów za 3 punkty.
In college basketball, Tulsa hosting Rice, and they were rude hosts. Look at the gorgeous give-and-go alley-oop. And it's Eric Coley finishing. The college guys taking a cue from Sunday's alley-oop fest at the NBA All-Star Game. It's also won it by a 42 in EC. Cops are POD. Maverick Dennis Rodman to run afoul of the referees. In just his second game with Dallas, Rodman staged a sit-down protest over what he felt was an illegal Milwaukee defense. He was slapped with 2 technical fouls, was ejected, and of course, upon his exit, as always, it was spiced up by the obligatory jersey donation. The Mavericks fell to 0-2 with Rodman as Glenn Robinson hit for 29 in a 112-99 Milwaukee victory. And here was Rodman's post-game antics. His game against Charlotte, Allen Iverson, a little love for the rim. Tough lay-in, the Sixers by 8. But Eddie Jones bringing the Hornets back. Derek Coleman kicks it out to EJ. He drains the three-pointer. And the Hornets leading by 1 late fourth quarter. Hornets by 2, but Iverson drains the long jumper, and we are tied up. But Jones answers. Time running down. He gets the shooter's roll to give the Hornets a 2-point lead. Now the Sixers with a last-chance effort. But Iverson misses the final shot, and Charlotte escapes with a 95-93 victory.
Vince Carter and his Raptors took on New York, and it was all Carter in the first quarter. He had 15 points as Toronto took a double-digits lead. Now Carter finished with 29 points. Tracy McGrady added 14 as the Raptors beat the Knicks easily, 91-70.
Moving to the Philadelphia 76ers from the Chicago Bulls in the NBA. The 31-year-old Kukoc has been averaging 18 points a game this season, and as a member of the Bulls' last 3 championship teams, is one of the favorite players of Chicago General Manager.
Pedigree rubs off on a young team with an outside.
2-85. Jeziorowcy mają na swym koncie 39 zwycięstw, o 1 mniej niż najlepsza w tym sezonie drużyna z Portland. Wydarzeniem w NBA jest transfer ostatniego z wielkich graczy mistrzowskiej drużyny Chicago.
Tuż za zespołem Portland znajduje się Los Angeles Lakers. W oglądanym spotkaniu jeziorowcy pokonali Charlotte Hornets 92-85. Największy wkład w wygraną swojej drużyny miał Kobe Bryant, który zdobył 26 punktów, z czego 15 w czwartej kwarcie.
Grający w Los Angeles Lakers Kobe Bryant uratował swój zespół przed porażką z Charlotte Hornets. W ostatnich 15 minutach Kobe rzucił aż 15 punktów, co pozwoliło Lakersom zwyciężyć 92-85. W drużynie Hornets najlepiej zaprezentował się były gracz Los Angeles Eddie Jones, zdobywając dla swojego zespołu 18 punktów.
Well, youth met experience as the Sacramento Kings paid a visit to the Utah Jazz. That's Brian Russell, the reverse jam for the old guys. Jazz up by 20 in the third quarter. Kings trying to cut into that lead as Jason Williams to awaiting Chris Webber for the alley-oop. 22 for Webber, but the Jazz, the grizzled veterans that they are, just too strong. Jeff Hornacek hitting the three. Karl Malone added 30 points and 14 rebounds as the Jazz beat the Kings 12th straight time at the Delta Center.
3/4 court to Kukoc. Beautiful lay-in, 11 points, 4 assists on his debut. And now here's a look at all of the other scores from the NBA. From Toronto as the Raptors took on Dennis Rodman and the Dallas Mavericks. And Rodman doing what he does best after missing one game after suspension. One of 16 rebounds on the day. On to the fourth quarter, Mavs up by 2. Vince Carter with a no-look pass to Kevin Willis. And he gets the lay-in as Toronto was up by 2. Later in the fourth, Raptors down 3. Willis with the miss, but look at Vince Carter. Big jam. He had 24 points in the game. Now, Toronto was down by 3 with seconds ticking off, and Sean Rooks gets the big steal. Dallas holds on for a win, and it was Rodman's first win as a Maverick.
Because of a strained abdominal muscle, and that allowed the Suns to muscle up inside on the depleted Spurs defense. Tom Gugliotta with a big slam. The Suns rolling to a 9-point victory for their 6th straight win, despite 29 points from the Spurs' David Robinson.
Now the Spurs had to do without Tim Duncan, who left the game with a strained muscle in the lower abdominal area. Spurs go to the Admiral, and David Robinson had 15 points in the first half, of the Spurs led by 1. Second half, more problems for the Spurs. This time it's Antonio Daniels who goes down hard, and he'd have to leave the game with an injury. To Indiana, where the Pacers took on Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki hits a 3 to put the Mavericks up by 4 late in the game. Pacers cut it to 1 and get the ball back after Reggie Miller knocks the ball off of Michael Finley. Miller would then hit 2 free throws. Dallas has a last chance, but Miller plays some great D on Finley, forcing him to miss the shot. Pacers extend their home winning streak to 20 games.
Boy, Vince Carter showed off those poster slams Wednesday against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden there. Carter showing he can hit from outside, too, the three-pointer. Then he gets into the act from his cousin Tracy McGrady. Frees it. Very nice, and the Raptors up by 7 in the second quarter, but the Knicks, a little bit of a poster slam of their own. Larry Johnson all alone. Injured Nick Marcus Camby looking on in amusement. Third quarter, Vince takes over. A beautiful reverse. He actually scored 11 straight points at one juncture as the Raptors built an 11-point lead. Give me another freeze frame. Oh, yeah. Get out of the way. Vince with 33 points, 9 assists, as the Raptors won this one 99-88. And check him out on the pick on Utah's John Stockton. Just throws him to the ground. That's a technical foul.
I will say this.
Later, Rodman gets tangled up underneath with longtime nemesis Karl Malone. A double foul is called. That sets off the worm. But Rodman was just getting started with his tantrums. Fourth quarter, he's whistled for what he felt was a phantom foul. And he gets in Malone's face, prompting a second technical foul, which got him ejected. And on his way out of the arena, the fans fighting over his jersey, which he likes to hand out when he gets ejected. An ugly night all around for Dallas, which lost for the third. Los Angeles Clippers center Michael Kloss could use a clip. Minnesota's Joe Smith getting a kick out of Kloss's quad first quarter, but Kloss getting the last laugh, a little deuce from the man with the do. The man without the do, Clippers assistant Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, seeing his team up 7 early, but that's when Joe Smith went to work. A nice alley-oop, one-handed from Terrell Brandon. And off the Anthony Peeler miss, Smith will muscle in. Timberwolves need a lot more of that from him, and he draws the foul. Now time winding down in the first half. Smith trying to beat the buzzer, and does. And the Timberwolves putting the crunch on the Clips 116-91 to keep the Clippers winless under new coach Jim Todd.
Charlotte scores tight at 70. Avery Johnson gets it to Porter, who goes for the difficult jumper, and it's there. The basket goes in with just 0.3 of a second left to give the Spurs victory. Porter signed by the NBA champions from Minnesota before the start of the season, showing his value and picking up our World Sport Play of the Day.
Gary Porter with 0.3 of a second.